Good evening, everyone. Today we dive into one of the most liberating truths from the teachings of Dr. Joseph Murphy. Everything comes to you at the right time. In a world that pushes us to rush, force, and worry, Dr. Murphy reminds us to relax and listen, to trust the wisdom of our subconscious mind and the perfect timing of life. So, take a deep breath, let go of anxiety, and open your heart. This message is here for you exactly when you need it. Trust divine timing. This is the foundational truth that Dr. Joseph Murphy emphasized throughout his teachings on the incredible power of the subconscious mind. When you truly understand and embrace this principle, you release the heavy burden of forcing outcomes, of chasing results with anxiety and desperation, and instead you step into a flow where life itself begins to align in ways that feel almost magical, yet are completely natural according to the laws of your inner mind. Think about how the conscious mind operates. It is logical. It analyzes. It worries about deadlines. It calculates how long something should take, and it gets frustrated when things do not unfold exactly on its schedule. The conscious mind wants everything yesterday. It pushes, it struggles, it doubts, and in that pushing it often creates resistance that actually delays the very thing it desires. Dr. Murphy taught us that the subconscious mind, on the other hand, works according to a different rhythm. It is connected to the infinite intelligence, to the creative power within you that knows no limitation of time or space. When you plant a clear idea or desire into the subconscious through relaxed belief and feeling, it begins to orchestrate events, people, opportunities, and circumstances to bring that desire into your experience. But it does so not according to your hurried calendar, but according to perfect divine timing. This divine timing is not random or arbitrary. It is the harmonious working of universal law responding to the quality of your faith and the clarity of your mental impression. Murphy often explained that your subconscious mind is like a fertile garden. You sow the seed of your desire by imagining the end result as already accomplished, feeling the joy and gratitude of it as if it is here now. Once the seed is planted, you do not dig it up every day to check if it is growing. You do not constantly question why it is not sprouted yet. You trust the natural process. The seed needs time to take root, to draw nutrients from the soil, to break through the surface at the right moment when conditions are ideal. Similarly, your subconscious works silently, continuously, drawing from the infinite reservoir of possibilities to arrange everything in the most beneficial way. Rushing it or doubting it is like pouring poison on the soil. It weakens the growth. Consider how many people sabotage their own good by becoming impatient. They affirm for a new job, a loving relationship, improved health, or financial abundance, and then after a few days or weeks, they start to wonder why nothing has changed. They feel discouraged. They begin to entertain thoughts of failure or delay, and those very thoughts impress upon the subconscious the opposite of what they originally wanted. The subconscious accepts whatever you feel to be true. If you feel that it is taking too long, that things are not working, that you are unlucky with timing, then that is exactly what it begins to produce more of. Murphy stressed again and again that doubt is the great enemy of manifestation. Faith, on the contrary, is the quiet, relaxed confidence that what you have impressed upon your deeper mind is already moving towards you in the right sequence, at the right speed, and through the right channels. When you trust divine timing, you free yourself from the tyranny of the clock. You stop measuring your progress by external calendars and start measuring it by the quality of your inner state. Are you at peace? Are you maintaining the feeling of the wish fulfilled? Are you busy with positive expectations instead of anxious waiting? These are the true indicators that you are cooperating with the law. Dr. Murphy shared many accounts in his lectures and writings where individuals who relaxed and trusted saw their desires materialize in surprising ways, and often at moments when it seemed least likely or when they had almost given up the struggle. One person might have been seeking a particular opportunity for months, feeling blocked at every turn, only to discover later that those apparent delays protected them from a situation that would have been harmful or led them to an even better door that opened precisely when they were truly ready internally. The beauty of trusting divine timing lies in how it transforms your entire experience of life. Instead of living in a state of constant future-oriented stress, you begin to live fully in the present moment, knowing that the subconscious is always at work on your behalf. You wake up each day with a sense of quiet expectancy, not frantic urgency. You handle daily challenges with greater ease because you know that even setbacks are part of the perfect unfolding. What looks like a delay from the limited view of the conscious mind is often the subconscious mind clearing away old patterns, aligning other elements, or preparing you emotionally and spiritually to receive your good without resistance. Murphy taught that the infinite intelligence within you is far wiser than your personal ego. It sees the whole picture. It knows the connections between people, events, and opportunities that your conscious mind could never calculate. When you hand over your desire to this deeper mind with faith and then relax, you allow that wisdom to operate unhindered. Relaxation is the key that unlocks this power. When your body and mind are tense, when you are filled with worry about when and how, the subconscious receives mixed signals. Part of you is saying, I want this, but another part is vibrating with fear and impatience, which cancels out the positive impression. Murphy recommended daily practices of quieting the mind, perhaps through meditation or simply sitting in a relaxed state and affirming the truth. In that peaceful state, you impress the subconscious more deeply. You can say something like, my subconscious mind knows the perfect timing for the fulfillment of my desire. I release all anxiety about time and trust completely in the divine order. Repeating this with genuine feeling, especially before sleep, when the subconscious is most receptive, strengthens the acceptance. Over time, as you consistently choose trust over doubt, you will notice a profound shift. Synchronicities begin to appear more frequently. The right person shows up at the right moment. An idea comes to you suddenly that moves you forward. A door that seemed permanently closed swings open unexpectedly. These are not coincidences. They are the visible signs that your subconscious has been working behind the scenes, arranging everything according to a higher wisdom and perfect timing. Dr. Murphy often pointed out that the subconscious mind has no concept of time in the linear sense that the conscious mind does. It operates in the eternal now, where the idea is already real. Your job is to align your feelings with that reality rather than contradicting it with impatience. Many who study Murphy's teachings discover that the moments when they finally let go and truly trusted were the turning points. They stopped checking for results every hour. They stopped complaining about delays. They stopped comparing their journey to others. In that surrender, the energy that was previously wasted on resistance became available for creative flow. The desire then manifested not only at the right time, but often in a better form than originally imagined, because the infinite intelligence knew what was truly best for their overall growth and happiness. Trusting divine timing also cultivates deeper patience, which Murphy described as a spiritual quality that brings immense rewards. Patience is not passive waiting. It is active, calm knowing. It is the ability to maintain your vision and your positive emotional state regardless of outer appearances. It is the strength to keep your mind focused on the good, even when the evidence around you suggests otherwise. This kind of patience builds character and strengthens your faith muscle. Each time you choose to trust instead of worry, you impress upon the subconscious even more powerfully that you are ready to receive. You prove to yourself that you are no longer at the mercy of external conditions, but are the master of your inner world. As you go deeper into this principle, you realize that everything in your life up to this point has also arrived according to a perfect timing, even the challenges. The difficulties you faced prepared you, taught you lessons, strengthened certain qualities, or redirected you away from paths that were not meant for you. Hindsight often reveals that what felt like unfortunate timing was actually divine protection or necessary preparation. Murphy encouraged people to look back at their lives with this understanding and to apply the same trust forward. When you do, fear of the future dissolves. You stop trying to control every detail and instead become a cooperative partner with the creative power within you. The more you practice trusting divine timing, the more evidence you gather that it works. Small manifestations come first, building your confidence for larger ones. A parking space appears exactly when needed. A helpful message arrives at the perfect moment. An answer to a problem surfaces effortlessly after you have released the struggle. These little confirmations train your mind to relax more fully each time. They remind you that the same power that handles these minor details is fully capable of handling the big dreams you hold in your heart. Dr. Murphy's core message was always that this power is available to everyone, not just a select few. It responds to whoever uses it with understanding and faith, without regard to past mistakes or current circumstances. Living in alignment with divine timing brings a profound sense of freedom and joy. You move through your days with lighter energy. You laugh more easily because you are not carrying the weight of what if it never happens, or why is it taking so long? You appreciate the journey itself instead of only fixating on the destination. You become more present with the people around you, more grateful for what already exists, and more open to the unexpected gifts that life delivers when you stop forcing the schedule. This state of relaxed trust is where true miracles become ordinary occurrences in your experience. The subconscious mind loves order and harmony. When you trust divine timing, you are essentially affirming that perfect order is at work in your life. You are declaring that all necessary elements are being brought together in the right sequence for your highest good. Murphy taught that as you impress this truth repeatedly, your outer world begins to reflect greater harmony. Relationships improve because you are less demanding and more allowing. Opportunities flow because you are not pushing against closed doors, but waiting with confidence for the ones meant for you to open naturally. Health and vitality increase because the stress of impatience no longer drains your energy. In every area of life, this principle applies. Whether you are seeking career advancement, creative inspiration, healing, or personal growth, the same law operates. Plant the seed clearly. Water it with positive feeling and expectation. Then trust the timing. Avoid the temptation to constantly monitor and adjust. Let the subconscious do its perfect work. The results will come not when you think they should, but when you are truly ready to receive them fully, and when all the pieces have aligned in the best possible way. This trust is not blind. It is informed by the understanding of how the mind works, as explained so clearly by Dr. Joseph Murphy. It is a deliberate choice based on the knowledge that your deeper mind is infinitely more capable than your conscious efforts alone. When you combine clear intention with relaxed faith, you harness the greatest creative force available to human beings. You step out of struggle and into graceful unfolding. You allow life to surprise you with its generosity and perfect orchestration. Every moment you choose to trust divine timing, you are reinforcing a powerful habit that reshapes your entire reality. You are training yourself to live from the inside out, rather than being tossed about by external conditions. You are claiming your birthright as a creator who works in harmony with universal laws instead of against them. The peace that comes from this trust is itself a great blessing, and it becomes the fertile ground for even greater manifestations to take root and flourish. As this understanding deepens within you, you will find that delays no longer discourage you. Instead, they become opportunities to strengthen your faith, to refine your vision, and to cultivate even greater peace. You begin to see the hidden blessings in every apparent weight. You recognize that the subconscious is lovingly preparing the way, removing obstacles you may not even be aware of, and bringing you to the point where your desire can manifest in its fullest and most satisfying form. This perspective turns waiting into a sacred, productive time rather than a frustrating void. Trusting divine timing ultimately leads you to a life where you feel supported, guided, and cared for by the infinite intelligence that flows through your subconscious mind. You no longer fight against the current, but learn to swim with it, allowing its natural rhythm to carry you toward your goals with ease and joy. The more you practice this, the more automatic it becomes. Faith replaces fear. Patience replaces impatience. Calm expectancy replaces anxious waiting. And in that beautiful state, you watch as everything you have impressed upon your subconscious mind comes to you at the perfect time, in the perfect way, for the perfect reasons. This is the liberating power that Dr. Joseph Murphy wanted every person to discover and live by. It is available to you right now in this very moment. By choosing to trust divine timing fully and completely, you open the door to a life of greater harmony, fulfillment, and effortless manifestation. Keep this truth alive in your mind and heart and allow it to guide every thought and action moving forward. The timing is always right when you align yourself with it through relaxed, unwavering trust. Relax your mind completely. When Dr. Joseph Murphy spoke about the power of the subconscious, he repeatedly returned to this essential step, complete mental and emotional relaxation. Without it, even the clearest desire or the strongest affirmation fails to take deep root. The subconscious mind responds best to impressions that are made in a state of calm, peaceful receptivity, rather than tension, effort, or mental struggle. Relaxation is not laziness or passivity. It is the deliberate act of releasing all resistance so that the creative intelligence within you can work freely and powerfully on your behalf. The conscious mind is naturally restless. It jumps from one thought to another, replays past mistakes, worries about future outcomes, and constantly tries to figure out how and when things should happen. This constant mental chatter creates a kind of inner noise that blocks the quiet, steady voice of the subconscious. Murphy explained that when the surface mind is agitated, it is like a turbulent lake. Any idea you try to drop into it gets tossed around and distorted instead of sinking down to the depths where real change occurs. In contrast, when you relax your mind completely, the surface becomes still like a clear, calm lake. The idea you impress upon it sinks straight down, reaches the fertile layers of the subconscious, and begins to grow without interference. True relaxation involves both body and mind working together. Start by finding a quiet place where you will not be disturbed. Sit or lie down comfortably. Close your eyes and take several slow, deep breaths. Feel the tension leaving your shoulders, your neck, your jaw, and every muscle in your body. Let your breathing become slower and more rhythmic. As you do this, your heart rate naturally slows, your blood pressure drops, and your entire nervous system moves from the high alert sympathetic state into the healing receptive parasympathetic state. Dr. Murphy often recommended this kind of physical relaxation before any mental work, because a relaxed body makes a relaxed mind much easier to achieve. Once the body is at ease, turn your attention to the mind itself. Gently release any thoughts of hurry, doubt, or I need this right now. Let go of questions about timing, method, or obstacles. Murphy taught that the subconscious does not respond well to forced effort or mental straining. The more you try to push or willpower your way to a result, the more resistance you actually create. Instead, adopt an attitude of gentle allowing. Imagine that you are handing your desire over to a wise and powerful friend who knows exactly what to do and when to do it. Your only job is to state the desire clearly once, and then relax completely, knowing it is being taken care of. One of the most effective ways Murphy suggested for achieving this complete relaxation of the mind is through the use of simple, peaceful affirmations repeated slowly and with feeling. Phrases such as, I am now relaxed in mind and body. All tension is leaving me now. Or, I release this desire to my subconscious mind with complete trust, can be silently repeated while breathing deeply. Each repetition helps dissolve another layer of mental tightness. Do not rush these affirmations. Say them as if you are already feeling the relaxation spreading through you. The subconscious accepts what you feel to be true, so the calmer you feel while saying them, the deeper the impression becomes. Another powerful technique Murphy shared is the practice of visualizing a peaceful scene while in a relaxed state. Picture yourself in a beautiful, tranquil place, perhaps lying on a warm beach, listening to gentle waves, or sitting beside a quiet stream in a forest. Engage all your senses in this mental picture. Feel the warmth of the sun, Hear the soft sounds of nature, smell the fresh air, and allow every cell in your body to become even more relaxed. While resting in this peaceful inner scene, you can softly introduce your desired outcome as already real. See it, feel it, and then let it go again, returning to the calm scene. This method bypasses the critical, doubting part of the conscious mind and speaks directly to the subconscious in the language it understands best, feeling and imagery. Complete mental relaxation also means releasing attachment to specific outcomes in terms of how and when. The conscious mind loves to plan every detail and set strict deadlines. It wants guarantees and step-by-step roadmaps. But the subconscious mind operates through infinite intelligence that often brings solutions and opportunities through channels the conscious mind could never predict. When you stay mentally relaxed, you remain open to these unexpected pathways. You do not reject an idea or opportunity just because it does not match your preconceived plan. You trust that if it feels right and aligns with your core desire, it is part of the perfect unfolding. This openness is only possible when the mind is not clenched in rigid expectations. Many people unknowingly keep their minds tense by constantly monitoring for signs of progress. They check their email 10 times a day, scan their bank balance obsessively, or ask others if they have noticed any change. Each time they do this from a place of anxiety, they are actually impressing doubt and impatience onto the subconscious. Murphy warned that such checking and worrying acts like digging up the seed every few hours to see if it has grown. It disturbs the natural process and often delays results. The disciplined practice of complete relaxation includes the willingness to stop checking and start trusting. After you have clearly impressed your desire, turn your attention elsewhere. Occupy your mind with constructive, enjoyable activities. Live your life as if the desired condition is already on its way, because in the timeless realm of the subconscious, it already exists. Relaxation also heals the emotional body. Fear, resentment, guilt, and frustration are heavy emotional states that create inner contraction. When these emotions are present, even the best affirmations have difficulty penetrating. By consciously relaxing, you create space for these negative feelings to dissolve naturally. You can help this process by forgiving yourself and others, by releasing old grudges, and by choosing thoughts that generate feelings of gratitude and peace instead. Murphy frequently pointed out that a mind filled with negative emotions is like a garden overgrown with weeds. No matter how many good seeds you plant, the weeds choke them out. Regular, complete relaxation clears those weeds and prepares clean, fertile soil. In daily life, you can cultivate the habit of mini relaxations throughout the day. Whenever you notice yourself becoming tense, perhaps during a difficult conversation, while stuck in traffic, or when facing a deadline, pause for just 30 seconds. Take 3 slow breaths. Drop your shoulders and silently affirm, "I am relaxed and at peace now." These short moments train your nervous system to return to calm more quickly. Over weeks and months, this builds a new default state where your mind stays relaxed even during challenging situations. The subconscious then receives consistent, clear impressions rather than contradictory signals of stress and calm mixed together. Dr. Murphy observed that some of the most dramatic demonstrations of subconscious power happened when people finally stopped struggling and allowed themselves to become deeply relaxed. One person who had tried for years to overcome a persistent health issue found complete healing only after he gave up the constant search for cures and simply rested in the feeling of perfect health for a few minutes each night before sleep. Another individual seeking a better job received an unexpected offer only after she stopped sending out dozens of anxious applications every week and instead spent time each day in quiet relaxation, feeling grateful as if the right position had already been found. In both cases, the breakthrough came when the mind moved from effort to effortless trust through complete relaxation. The state of complete mental relaxation is also where intuition becomes sharper. When the surface mind is quiet, you can hear the subtle guidance of the subconscious more clearly. Ideas, solutions, and creative inspirations arise spontaneously. You may suddenly know exactly what step to take next, or you may feel a strong inner prompting to contact a certain person. These intuitive nudges are the subconscious communicating back to you, showing that it is actively working on your request. The more relaxed you remain, the more frequently and clearly these messages come through. Physical relaxation techniques can support mental relaxation. Progressive muscle relaxation, where you tense and then release each muscle group from toes to head, is very effective. Gentle stretching, slow walking in nature, listening to calming music, or taking a warm bath can all help shift the body into a relaxed state before you do any deeper mental work. Murphy himself practiced entering a drowsy, relaxed state just before sleep each night, because he knew the subconscious is especially receptive during that transition between waking and sleeping. Many of the students reported remarkable results simply by relaxing completely for 10 to 15 minutes before bed and then quietly affirming their desires with deep feeling. Complete relaxation also protects you from the negative influences of the outer world. When your mind is calm and centered, you are far less affected by fearful news, other people's doubts, or collective anxiety. You become like a deep, still lake that reflects the sky clearly, instead of being churned into muddy waves by every passing wind. This inner stability allows you to maintain your positive impressions even when external conditions seem slow or challenging. You simply return again and again to that relaxed state where only your desired outcome feels real. As you master the art of relaxing your mind completely, you will notice a beautiful change in how you experience time itself. Urgent deadlines lose their power to frighten you. Waiting periods become peaceful rather than painful. The pressure to make things happen immediately fades away, replaced by a quiet confidence that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. This shift in perception is one of the greatest gifts of consistent relaxation. Life begins to feel lighter, more spacious, and more enjoyable even before the outer results appear. The subconscious mind thrives in an atmosphere of ease and harmony. When you give it that atmosphere through complete mental relaxation, it responds with creativity, efficiency, and surprising speed once the inner conditions are right. You stop working against yourself and start working in beautiful cooperation with the infinite power that flows through you. Every moment spent in genuine relaxation is an investment in the successful manifestation of your desires. It is the fertile ground in which all good things grow naturally and at the perfect pace. Through repeated practice, complete relaxation becomes your natural way of being. You carry this calm presence into meetings, conversations, creative projects, and everyday tasks. People around you may even comment that you seem different, more centered, more confident, more at ease. This outer change is simply the reflection of the deep inner work you are doing in relaxing your mind completely and allowing the subconscious to operate without interference. Dr. Joseph Murphy's teachings make it clear that relaxation is not an optional extra step. It is the very doorway through which your desires pass from the conscious realm into the creative realm of the subconscious. The more completely you relax, the more powerfully and accurately your impressions are accepted and acted upon. Tension blocks. Relaxation opens. Struggle resists. Relaxation opens. Struggle resists. Relaxation trusts. Choose relaxation again and again in every situation and watch how your entire life begins to transform in ways that feel both effortless and profoundly right. This practice of relaxing your mind completely is something you can return to at any moment. It costs nothing, requires no special equipment, and can be done anywhere, yet its effects are limitless. It quietens the noise, clears the resistance, and creates the perfect inner conditions for your subconscious mind to bring forth every good thing you have impressed upon it. Keep choosing the state of deep, peaceful relaxation and allow it to become the foundation of your daily mental and emotional life. The power that responds to a relaxed mind is infinite, and it is always ready to work for you the moment you give it the clear, calm space it needs. Listen to your subconscious wisdom. Dr. Joseph Murphy revealed that within every person lies an infinite reservoir of wisdom, intelligence, and guidance that operates far beyond the limited scope of the conscious, reasoning mind. The subconscious mind is not merely a storehouse of memories or habits. It is connected directly to the infinite intelligence of the universe, the same creative power that orchestrates the movements of the planets, the growth of every living thing, and the intricate functions of your own body without any conscious effort from you. When you learn to quiet the surface chatter of your thoughts and truly listen to this deeper wisdom, you gain access to answers, solutions, ideas, and directions that your logical mind could never calculate or invent on its own. The conscious mind is excellent at analysis, planning, and making decisions based on past experiences and available facts. Yet it is also limited by those very things. It can become trapped in loops of worry, overthinking, fear of the unknown, or rigid beliefs about what is possible. The subconscious, by contrast, does not argue, does not doubt, and does not operate within the constraints of time or apparent obstacles. It knows only the law of belief and responds faithfully to the dominant impressions you feed it. Murphy taught that your subconscious is all-wise. It knows the answers to all your questions. It has the solution to every problem already within it because it is one with boundless wisdom and infinite intelligence. The key is to stop talking at it with constant demands and frantic questions, and instead create the inner silence necessary to hear its quiet, steady responses. Listening to your subconscious wisdom begins with the practice of stillness. In the busy modern world, the mind is rarely quiet. Notifications, responsibilities, conversations, and endless mental rehearsals keep the surface agitated. To listen effectively, you must intentionally create moments of mental quietude. Murphy frequently recommended entering a relaxed, drowsy state, especially just before sleep or upon waking, because in that borderland between waking and sleeping, the conscious mind naturally steps aside, and the subconscious becomes highly receptive and expressive. In this peaceful state, you can pose a clear question or state your desire once with conviction, then release it completely and listen. Do not strain to force an answer. Simply remain open and attentive in a gentle, expectant way. One of the simplest yet most powerful ways to invite this wisdom is to affirm something like, "The infinite intelligence of my subconscious mind knows the perfect answer and reveals it to me now in divine order." Say this slowly, with feeling, and then let go. Go about your day or drift into sleep without further mental effort. Many who followed Murphy's guidance reported that solutions would appear suddenly, perhaps as a bright idea during a shower, a conversation that provided exactly the missing piece, or an inner prompting to take a specific action that led to the desired outcome. The subconscious often communicates not in loud voices, but through intuitive feelings, sudden insights, dreams, or external synchronicities that feel perfectly timed. This wisdom manifests in practical ways across every area of life. For health challenges, the subconscious knows every process and function of the body. It built your body from a single cell and continues to regulate your heartbeat, digestion, breathing, and healing without any instruction from you. When you impress upon it the idea of perfect health and wholeness while in a relaxed state, and then listen for its guidance, it may direct you toward the right foods, rest, medical support, or simply accelerate the body's natural healing mechanisms. Murphy shared numerous accounts of people who recovered from serious conditions after they stopped fighting the illness with worry, and instead listened to the deeper wisdom that knew how to restore harmony. In matters of career or creative endeavors, the subconscious can supply original ideas and innovative solutions that the conscious mind has been struggling to find. Writers, inventors, artists, and business people throughout history have spoken of inspiration striking after periods of incubation. Murphy explained this as the subconscious working silently on the problem once the conscious mind has clearly defined it and then stepped back. By listening, you receive flashes of insight, new approaches, or connections between seemingly unrelated concepts that move your project forward in surprising and effective ways. The more you practice turning over a challenge to your subconscious with trust and then quietly listening, the more reliably this creative flow appears. Relationships also benefit enormously when you listen to subconscious wisdom. Instead of reacting from old emotional patterns or trying to force outcomes through argument or manipulation, you can ask within, what is the harmonious solution here? Or, show me how to respond with understanding and love. The deeper mind, being lifeward and oriented toward harmony, will often reveal a compassionate perspective or an inspired action that heals division and strengthens bonds. Murphy emphasized that the subconscious is impartial and wise. It does not take sides based on ego, but seeks the highest good for all involved when given the opportunity through calm listening. Financial or practical problems respond equally well to this inner listening. Rather than obsessing over numbers, debts, or lack, you can impress the subconscious with the feeling of abundance and security, then listen for guidance on the next right step. It might bring an unexpected opportunity, a creative idea for income, or the impulse to release an unhelpful habit that was blocking flow. The infinite supply that Murphy spoke of is not magical thinking, but the natural result of aligning with the wisdom that knows every resource and connection available in the universe. To develop the habit of listening more deeply, Murphy suggested daily practices that train the mind to become still and receptive. Meditation, even for a few minutes, where you focus on your breath or a peaceful word, quiets the mental noise. Journaling after a relaxation session can capture subtle impressions that might otherwise be forgotten. Paying attention to recurring thoughts, gut feelings, or dreams provides valuable clues because the subconscious often speaks in symbols or gentle urgings. The important discipline is to distinguish between the fearful chatter of the conscious mind and the calm, steady wisdom of the deeper mind. Fearful thoughts usually feel contracted and urgent. Subconscious wisdom feels expansive, peaceful, and right, even if it asks you to step outside your comfort zone. Another key aspect Murphy highlighted is that the subconscious never sleeps. It continues working 24 hours a day, processing impressions and orchestrating events on your behalf. This is why the thoughts you entertain before sleep are so powerful. Instead of reviewing worries or replaying negative events, use those precious moments to feed it positive, constructive ideas and then listen in the quiet of the night. Many students of Murphy's teachings discovered that answers would come in the morning upon waking, as if the subconscious had been diligently at work while the body rested. Listening also requires a willingness to act on the guidance received. The subconscious reveals its wisdom not only for entertainment, but for practical application. When an inner nudge arises to call a certain person, to explore a new opportunity, to change a habit, or to rest, following through with confidence strengthens the channel of communication. Each time you trust and act, the subconscious responds with even clearer and more frequent guidance. Murphy often said that the solution lies within the problem. The infinite intelligence already knows the answer and is ready to reveal it the moment you create the inner conditions of relaxed listening. Resistance to listening can come in many forms. The ego may dismiss subtle impressions as mere coincidence or wishful thinking. Old conditioning may cause doubt or fear of being wrong. Impatience may lead you to override the quiet voice with forceful action. Overcoming these barriers involves gentle persistence. Return again and again to the practice of relaxation and open attention. Affirm that your subconscious wisdom is now guiding you perfectly. Over time, what once seemed faint becomes unmistakable. You develop an inner knowing that feels solid and reliable. This wisdom is impartial and available to everyone. It does not favor the educated over the uneducated or the wealthy over the poor. It responds to whoever approaches it with understanding, faith, and the willingness to listen. Murphy's own life and the countless testimonials he collected demonstrated that ordinary people from all walks of life could access extraordinary guidance once they learned to quiet the conscious mind and tune into the deeper current. In moments of confusion or crisis, the practice of listening becomes especially valuable. When the conscious mind sees only problems and dead ends, the subconscious sees possibilities and pathways. By turning within and asking for light, then remaining still enough to receive it, you often find that the situation resolves in ways that are more beneficial than any forced solution could have achieved. The wisdom within knows the larger picture. It understands timing, connections, and growth lessons that your limited view cannot perceive. Cultivating this listening skill transforms daily decision-making. Instead of agonizing over choices, you learn to present the options to your subconscious, relax, and notice which path carries a sense of rightness or peace. This inner compass reduces stress and increases confidence because you are no longer relying solely on surface reasoning, but drawing from a much deeper and wiser source. The more consistently you listen to your subconscious wisdom, the more your life begins to flow with greater ease and harmony. Challenges still arise, but you meet them with an inner resource that provides clarity and strength. Opportunities appear more frequently because you are attuned to recognize them. Relationships deepen as you respond from wisdom rather than reaction. Your overall sense of well-being increases because you feel supported by an intelligent, benevolent power that is always operating for your highest good. Dr. Joseph Murphy taught that this ability to listen is one of the greatest secrets of successful living. It moves you from struggle and guesswork into graceful co-creation with the infinite intelligence that flows through your subconscious mind. By making space each day for quiet attention, by releasing the need to control every detail, and by trusting the responses that come, you open the door to a level of guidance, creativity, and problem-solving that feels almost miraculous, yet is simply the natural functioning of your deeper mind when given the opportunity to speak. This listening is an ongoing conversation rather than a one-time event. The subconscious is always ready to communicate. Your role is to become a better listener, more still, more receptive, more trusting. As this skill grows, you will find that answers come more quickly, insights feel more profound, and the direction of your life aligns more perfectly with your true desires and purpose. The wisdom is already there, waiting. All that is required is the willingness to relax, turn inward, and truly listen.